All right, this is a video covering three separate topics in Algebra ALEKS that deal with scatter plots. So the very first video here basically talks about how to construct a scatter plot, and it's pretty straightforward. I think the only thing we really need to talk about, besides remembering how X and Y and all of that works when we plot, is how we pull our information off of the table and what it means. So let's read the question. It says, the table below shows the time spent watching TV and the time spent doing homework for each of 7 students. So obviously they're putting this together to kind of, show some sort of a correlation or a relationship between how much time you spend doing TV and how much time you spend doing homework, right? Because adults are always complaining about that. Except nowadays it'd probably be more like being on your phone. But anyway, it says create a scatter plot for the data. So you've got these two columns. You've got a column that's the time spent watching TV in hours, and then you have a column that's the time spent doing homework in hours. And you can see that as the time spent watching TV goes up, the time spent doing homework goes down, right? So what we want to do is we want to put this in a graph form. And so basically the way we're going to do that, let's see if I can pull this up here and show you how this works. The way we're going to show this is by representing this table as a set of ordered pairs. So if I do a mock-up of this table really quick, if I say, okay, we've got 5 and 12, and then we've got 8 and 7, 9, 9, 10, 6, 11 and 4, 13 and 1, and 14 and 2. So the way, if you think about how this works as far as being ordered pairs, is you would have to just say, well, is 8x or is 8y, and then 7's going to be the other one if we're looking at this one. So you look at your graph that they gave you, and they have time spent doing homework in hours is on the y-axis, right? And so time spent doing homework in hours is our right column, right, according to the table they gave us. And so that's going to be our y, and then this is going to be our x. And so now we have that kind of settled. All you really got to do is just recognize that each of these is a point. So 5 and 12 represents the point 5, 12. This represents the point 8, 7. This represents the point 9, 9, and so on, right? So the last thing you have to do then, really, and it's pretty simple, is just plot them. And if you remember your x and your y, you're in good shape, right? So this first one, so 5, 12. So I would go over to 5 on my x, and I would go all the way up to 12, and that would going to put me about there, right? 8, 7, so I'd go over to 8 and then go up to 7. 9, 9 puts you right up here. 10, 6, 10 will go down a little bit. 11, 4, 13, 1, and then 14, 2. And then what you have is you have a scatter plot that shows all of your values, and you can see that there's kind of a negative relationship going from left to right. All right, so click it, check. And that's how you do these, right? Pretty straightforward, not super complicated. All right, so this is for number 17, which is creating a scatter plot. Okay, I'll stop the video and I will make another one for problem 18.